Hello friends, SentinalhMC here, and welcome back to our Techguns tutorial series. This is going to be the next to the last episode, so we're going to go through the remaining guns. Buckle up, there's a lot to go through here. This may end up being a bit of a longer episode, and we'll see what happens. There are quite a few things that we need to craft in order to make these guns, and as well as I'm going to go over two guns that I totally forgot about doing. Should have done them ages ago, didn't get around to it. So let's get started. So we're going to start with these two guns, the 9mm pistol and the AUG. We should have done these ages ago, but somehow I overlooked them, and you lovely viewers have mentioned in the comments that I didn't talk about these guns. Let's do it. So the 9mm pistol is a early game gun. You unlock it as soon as you unlock plastic. As you can see here, plastic sheets are required. So once you have the hardened steel barrel, a steel plate, 2 plastic sheets, a obsidian steel mechanical parts, and a 9mm pistol mag, either full or empty, which is simply made with iron nuggets, iron ingot, and a mechanical part, you can make yourself a 9mm pistol. Now, you've seen if you've watched our Revolution 3 series, you've seen us use a lot of these. They're very, very good base weapon. Early game pistol. Once you get plastic, I mean, you can get these for free off of the zombies, you know, once in a while. They're very, very good. So let's go into. I keep saying that. I should stop saying that. Game mode 0. All right. So if we take a look at the damage, we can see that it deals 8 damage up close to 5 at a distance with a range of 18, 25, and 30. A spread of 0.025, a clip size of 18, and a reload time of 1.75 seconds. Now the primary benefit of the 9mm pistol is that clip size, 18. It takes, where is it? It takes 3 9mm bullets in order to fill the 1 9mm pistol mag for 18 shots. Now in a revolver, you'll get 6 shots per bullet, so that is also 18 shots. However, you don't have to reload it every 6 bullets. So it's the same ammo efficiency as the revolver, but you get to fire off 18 shots before reloading rather than just 6, and the reload times are, I think, similar. So there you go. If we go ahead and set it to night, no, I'm such an idiot. Set it to night, turn this on, let's get some zombies. Looks like we got one over there. Daytime. Okay, this guy right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, see, on average with this, you're going to kill zombies in 4 shots. 2. That was 3. I think it might have already been damaged. But basically, you will fire them all off. The fire rate is kind of capped. And then the reload is just like that. So it's a very straightforward gun. It's very good. And I definitely recommend it as an upgrade from the revolver once you acquire plastic sheets. Next we have the AUG. The AUG you can get as soon as you unlock, again, plastic, because it requires a plastic sheet and the plastic gun stock, a steel receiver, a hardened steel barrel, a steel plate, 2 glass panes, and an assault rifle magazine. Now the AUG fires like that. It's got a scope, which is neat. If we look at the stats, we see it deals 8 to 7 damage, so it deals the same max damage as the pistol, with a higher minimum damage and a longer range. Alright, with a spread of 0.01, so it's more accurate, a clip size of 30, and a reload time of 2.25 seconds, 15% armor pen with a 0.5 zoom multiplier. Now the interesting thing about the AUG is that it uses the assault rifle magazines, and so it uses assault rifle bullets, but it deals very similar damage to the 9mm pistol. I actually really want to go in and see how this compares to the other early game assault rifle, the M4. Yeah, there's the M4 assault rifle. The M4 requires the same exact level of tech, a steel plastic. So our M4 is dealing 8 to 6, where the AUG is dealing 8 to 7, with the very same clip size and the same reload. So they're very, very similar. The AUG and the M4 are very, very, very similar. The AUG will deal a higher minimum damage than the assault rifle, but otherwise very similar weapons. One, two, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 3. The AUG is going to kill enemies in 3 shots, which is 1 shot better than the 9mm. I'm not really sure if I like that very much because the assault rifle ammo is more expensive, but whatever. It's a good gun. It's not bad. Compared to the M4, it's very, very similar. Now we'll get into the meat and potatoes, the highest of the high end, the top tech tier weapons, starting with the sonic rifle. Now the sonic rifle requires a component that you have to create in the fabricator, and that is the sonic emitter. In order to craft the sonic emitter, you're going to need yourself a coil, which we used when we made the Tesla gun, 2 elite circuit boards, 1 carbon mechanical part, and 1 titanium plate. The titanium plates are why these weapons can only be made once you have the reaction chamber and the very highest of tech tier. If we go into our fabricator, we'll put the coil over here, followed by our elite circuit boards, our mechanical part, and our titanium plate. After the really cool animation, we will have ourselves a sonic emitter. Going back over here. Once you have that, you can craft the sonic rifle super simply with a titanium plate, a carbon gun stock and receiver, and an energy cell. It looks really cool, and when you fire it, it looks and sounds really cool as well. Now, the sonic rifle uses energy cells. It deals 25 damage up close, 5 damage at a distance. You really want to be close when you're using the sonic rifle. Don't think of it as a rifle, think of it more as like a shotgun, because you're going to want to be at shotgun range in order to make good use of this thing. Range 5, 15, 20. So you're going to deal your most damage at a range of 5. So it's a close-up weapon. It's got no spread at all, a clip size of 8, and a reload time of 2 seconds, and 25% armor pen. For it's actually projectile damage. Even though it's basically a sonic blast, it deals projectile damage, which I guess is the same as like concussive damage, so it's good, but it's got the good armor pen, and that's really what makes this gun shine. You only get 8 shots per energy cell, though. It drains them, really quickly. And that's why. This guy's not dead yet. Now he's dead. Okay, I still have the anti-grav device on. But as you can see there, it completely obliterated that entire big group of zombies. This is why the sonic rifle drains energy cells so quickly. Because it deals a crap load of damage. I mean, 25 damage is in an AoE. That, as you saw, that's enough to kill all of them zombies. Big chunks. So when you use the sonic rifle, you're gonna fire this into groups of enemies, and it's gonna really wreck them. So yeah, just remember to be close to your target when you go ahead and fire at them. But yeah, the sonic rifle is really, really, really good. Just make sure you have a ton of energy cells, because you're gonna go through them like nobody's business. That's the maximum fire rate, by the way. You have to constantly click. It's semi-automatic, and that's the maximum fire rate. Even though I'm spam clicking. So there you go. That's the sonic rifle. It's really good. Next, we're going to get to everyone's favorite, nuke launchers. It's always fun to fire nukes. Now, we want to make, in order to do this, you're going to need to make the small nuclear warhead, which uses 4 lead plates, 2 circuit boards, 2 TGX, which you'll remember from our PDW video, and the enriched uranium. Now, in order to make your enriched uranium, we talked about this before, the reaction chamber, it's water, yellow cake, and that makes your enriched uranium. This makes 2 of them, so you can get 2 nukes from that recipe. Then all you gotta do is combine your small nuclear warhead with a rocket. And the rocket we covered really early in the series with the rocket launcher. Just to briefly refresh your memory, it's a TNT, a gunpowder, and 5 iron ingots. I mean nuggets. It gives you 4 rockets. So with this recipe and this recipe, you can craft 2 nukes to then make your nuke launcher. So the nuke launcher is very simple. It's 2 hardened steel barrels, 2 lead plates, a carbon receiver, and a rocket. Now, if you leave the rocket out, it'll still craft the nuke launcher. You'll just have to reload it before you can fire. But with the rocket at the end, it comes preloaded. Now, the nuke launcher, you're definitely going to want to go into your Techguns tab and make sure that you have safe mode on. I'm pretty darn sure, because we're going to test it, but I'm pretty sure this nuke launcher is going to completely destroy just everything around it. So first things first, we will grab ourselves a ton of zombies. There they are. Oh. Get out of here. Oh, it wasn't really, this wasn't loaded. You get out of here. So we've got our nuke launcher. We are in survival, so we're going to get really far away from this. When we fire it. I don't want to die. Alright, big horde of zombies in here. And now they're all gone. Exactly what you would expect from a nuke. Yeah, the nuke's gonna obliterate whatever you, Oh, I don't have any nukes. Darn it. It's gonna obliterate whatever you point it at. Hands down. No question. Hey, you could bother me. Here's the reload. It's the same reload speed as the rocket launcher. Only it's nukes. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn off safe mode. Wait, what? Oh. Safe mode was already off. It didn't destroy anything. It didn't destroy anything, even though safe mode was already off. Alright, Obsidian is immune to nuclear explosions. And as far as nuclear explosions go, this is a fairly small one. Still, be very careful if you have safe mode turned off. This is what will happen if you hit your base. Although it looks like Obsidian, completely immune to it. And that probably, the Obsidian probably saved all this stuff over here from being obliterated by the nuke. I was very stupid when I didn't have it in safety enabled. Be really careful with the nuke launcher, guys. Now, let's take a look at the actual stats on this thing. It does deal explosive damage. And I don't believe any weapons have hybrid damage, so there's no radiation involved with the tactical nuke. It's just the explosion. It deals 250 damage. That's why it's going to kill basically anything you fire it at, except for bosses, in one hit. 250 damage is a lot of damage. I don't know if it's enough to one-shot a wither, but it's going to deal a sizable chunk anyway. That'd be a fun thing to experiment with. Spread is, the range is 100 at all ranges, so you get up to 100 units to fire this thing. A spread of 0.05, and a clip size of 1, and a reload time of 2 seconds. Now the interesting thing about the nuke, if I go back into game mode 1, so I have infinite nukes. What? Even, yeah, okay, I guess I have to have 1 in my inventory for it to not consume. Okay, there we go. Now we can reload it. The thing about the nuke launcher, is that since it has a drop-off, if you want to fire it farther, you got to aim higher. And you can lob them like that. We couldn't even see the explosion because we were too far away. There's 2 explosions right there. I don't actually know where the nuke landed. Yeah, I have no idea. But there you go. That's a tactical nuke. Be careful. Don't destroy your entire base. Alright, it's time to talk about my favorite weapon. You saw it teased quite a few times as I used it earlier in the series. The nuclear death ray. Unleashing the power of nuclear energy in a concentrated beam of death. Let's go. So in order to craft the nuclear death ray, you're going to need 2 components that you have to use the fabricator for. It's one of the more... where'd the pistol go? Did the nuke take it out? No, she couldn't have. I don't know where that went. Oh no, I have it. How do I have it? Go back there. Okay. So, you're going to need to craft these two things. The Rad Emitter and a nuclear power cell. In order to craft the Rad Emitter, you need a enriched uranium, 2 elite circuit boards, 2 mechanical parts made out of carbon, and 2 lead plates. We go into here, we put our enriched uranium here, followed by the circuit boards, mechanical parts, and lead plates. And that will craft us the Rad Emitter. Next, you're going to need at least 1 nuclear power core, and you're going to want more than 1 because these are going to drain. They're crafted with an iron ingot, a circuit board, 4 redstone dust, and 2 lead plates. Actually pretty darn cheap. We'll put these resources in like this. First the iron ingot, then the circuit board, then the 4 redstone dust, and the 2 lead plates. What? Oh, it's steel. Why do I have iron ingot? Ugh. Screwed that all up. It was a steel ingot. Still really cheap. It's not going to have steel ingots here. Let's go grab ourselves a steel ingot. Sorry, I thought I was prepared. Steel ingot. There we go. Steel ingot. All done. Let's get rid of that and go back into survival. It wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't make a mistake. There we go. And there we go. You get 1 nuclear power cell. Now that's, it's one of the few recipes along with the energy cell where you only get 1 and it's a magazine. But come on, it's a nuclear power cell. There's a reason for that. But it's very cheap, so you could probably make a couple of these. It's the most that it costs is just lead plates. Not bad. Oh, you're going to want to fill these to recharge these. Now, it's the recharging of these that is a little expensive because you got to use enriched uranium. All right, so you're going to need to get that yellow cake. Not terribly difficult, but you got to get uranium ore. So you're going to have to go out and mine some of that in order to refill the nuclear power cells because it takes 1 enriched uranium to fill a nuclear power cell. There needs to be water in the chemical lab. There you go, a charged nuclear power cell. Now I have 2 of them. There you go. So, if we go back to the nuclear death ray, here's how you craft it. It's simply a carbon gun stock and receiver with the Rad Emitter on it, 2 lead plates, and a titanium plate. Then you can place your nuclear power cell either charged to have it fully charged or uncharged to have it empty with needing a charge. I highly recommend just doing it the charged way. And that gives you your nuclear death ray. Now, if we look at the nuclear death ray, it looks awesome. It doesn't have any right click, no zoom or anything. It has 100 shots. And if we go into its stats, the stats are a little deceptive. You might think this gun does no damage. 8 and 1, that's like, worse than the 9mm pistol. Well, the reason this gun is so good is because of how quickly it fires. Since it fires in a continuous beam, you're dealing this damage very quickly, so it chews through stuff. The range is 24, 48, and 5. Although I think I should be 50 or something. I don't know. That's a little weird. The number is supposed to get higher as you go, so it's got a good range on it. You will be able to tell exactly where the range ends because the beam just ends there. It doesn't go any further. Spread is 0. It's perfectly accurate. With clip size of 100, reload time of 1.5 seconds, which is really quick for such a high tier weapon. And an armor penetration of 35%. Now this is important. This gun deals radiation damage. Radiation damage is already difficult to get a defense for. The only armor that gives very good radiation defense is the HEV suit that I have on right now. And it's only 25%, 21%, 16%. So it's hard to get radiation resistance in tech guns. And this has 35% armor pen. So this is going to deal a lot of damage, and very few things are going to be able to defend against it because of that radiation damage type. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some zombies, shall we? Again, big thanks to Shiva for building this. We've gotten quite a lot of use out of it. You go away. Alright. So we've got our zombies. There they are. Being all zombie-like. And now they're gone. We're just melting through zombies. Right there, I was just clicking once and letting go. As you can see, tons of damage. This thing melts through stuff. They die really quickly. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a spider spawn. We'll place it down. We'll check this out. One-shotted. At a distance. One shot. And that was just clicking once. Alright, you can hold this button down or you can just click once. The reason is that it fires, you know, quite a few shots all at once. So it's going to deal that 8 damage many times. So as you can see, it really does. It chews through stuff. It's really good. Place down the spider. I love this thing. Now, as you can see, it does chew through the ammo pretty quick. If you hold the button down, it does actually have a good long fire time. That was only like, you know, less than half the ammo, so you could definitely fire this for a good long time. But remember, recharging the cells is actually quite expensive because it requires enriched uranium. Still, look at that reload speed, really quick. So you're going to be able to chew through stuff with this. I mean, I keep saying that word, chew through, but it's really true. Take this anywhere. Take this to the Nether. Take it to the end. Kill anything. Kill the Wither. Kill the Ender Dragon. I don't care. This thing's going to do it. There's a reason this is the top tier weapon, the most expensive ammo. I mean, with the uranium, the highest tier weapon in the mod pack. It's good. And it also kind of looks like the gravity gun from Half-Life when you think about it. When you fire it, the little lights on it, they light up brighter. I wish that it rotated, but that might be a little too much to ask. Still, this thing is awesome, and I loved it from the moment I pulled the trigger and saw that amazing visual effect and heard that awesome sound. Now, obviously, this gun, the visual effect isn't like accurate because you can see the beam follows me. What it really should do is like go slack in the sky, but who cares? This gun is awesome. It's a nuclear freaking death ray. All right, stick it on a dolphin's head, sell it to Dr. Evil. This thing's amazing. Oh, interesting. It actually knocks the item frames off. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, because this is the end of the guns. We've actually talked about every gun in Techguns, and as you can see, they do definitely range from the normal and everyday to the ridiculous, like the nuclear death ray and the Nuke Launcher itself. So thank you so much for watching. We got one more episode left where we're going to go over the mining drills, assuming I can get them to work. They require to be built over a special deposit, which I don't know if it's included in the default origin for the Revolution pack. So I'll have to find that out just in case, so that I'll let you guys know if you can actually play this in Revolution. But we'll take a look at that, and we'll get those working so you can see it. And so thanks so much for watching again. Now, I got a good announcement here for you guys. We now have a method for you to give a one-time donation to the channel if you want to. A donation, a tip, whatever you want to call it. Link will be in the description. So if you've wanted to support the channel with a monetary contribution, but you don't want to sign up for a monthly pledge like for Patreon, you can use PayPal and you can just donate money directly to the channel. So thank you so much to anyone that goes that route. Join our Discord if you're interested, and like and comment the video if you enjoyed it. I'm SentinalH, and I'm signing out.